Hey y'all, Halfmilesniper here, and today we're going to take a look down the bore of my son's Savage 110 chambered in 7 Rem Mag. So, this might be quite the show. So sit down, kick your feet up, and enjoy the ride. So first off, I want to say I hope y'all are having a great Christmas and that you have a safe New Year, and that I really appreciate the fact that y'all have begun subscribing to me. Hand over fist the last week, it seems. I do appreciate that. Now on with what we're going to do. So my son bought this 7 Rem Mag, maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago. He was living in Arkansas at the time. Bought it secondhand. Went deer hunting with it a few times. We've shot it a few times. I've built some ammo for it. I do not have any idea what my son's cleaning regimen is. But right now, while the kids are little, he's storing the gun with me. So I got the bright idea this morning that, well, my Christmas present to him will be, hey, maybe I'll clean his gun. And since I'm going to be cleaning his gun, maybe we'll take a look down the bore. So we're going to go do that. We'll see how, see what the condition of this bore is like. And again, I have absolutely no history on this gun other than my son bought it secondhand maybe 5 years ago. So I hope y'all enjoy it. And we'll see how this turns out. So this will be the bore of my son's Savage 110 7 Remington Magnum. Let's get this first look out of the way. Ooh. Almost looks like a double erosion there. Copper all the way back to the lead. Carbon. Copper in the grooves, copper on the lands. Maybe even a little lead mixed in based on that green. Well, I guess that could be verdigris. Don't have any history on this gun other than son bought it used when he was in Arkansas. That was probably about 5 years ago. So we've got a very heavy base of copper the whole length of the bore. Alrighty, so this will be after the first passes of CLR. And it looks like we've cut into the carbon pretty well right off the bat. I think I'll do another scrub with CLR before we contemplate a copper remover. And funny, some of that copper almost looks like the bore had been covered with gold leaf back there. Might be a little more carbon there. Might be lead, I'm not sure. And yeah, like I said, my son bought the gun used. And went hunting with it a couple of times. And we've gone to the range a couple of times. I've built some ammo for this gun that shoots pretty well. What I don't know is what my son's cleaning regimen is. And looking down the bore here, I would almost say there wasn't one. Okay, this will be after the second application of CLR. The throat erosion stands out a little bit more, but doesn't look quite as bad as it did when it was carboned up. And I'm not seeing any flame checking here in the lead, so that's good. Definitely a lot of copper though. Interesting. Like an extra deposit. Little bit of carbon left. Looks like we're probably getting into the last 6 inches or so of barrel, maybe. Guessing. Maybe a little bit further. Okay, let's take a look at the crown while we got it here. I don't see any obvious dings on the crown. Okay, so before we take a look down the bore here, I need to let y'all know that I did something wrong in the first 2 clips I filmed down the bore of this Savage. Somehow didn't get recorded. The first clip showed a very, very carboned up and coppered up bore. I then did a heavy dose of CLR, cleaned out a bunch of carbon. Actually, I guess it would be 3 clips. And then we did 1 application of copper cleaner. And now this is what the bore looks like after the copper cleaner. The throat really looked bad at first, but we're looking a little better here. And we still have a lot of copper. But after that first application, we're starting to lift copper. And we see it pulling up here. This rifling was choked from the breech all the way to the muzzle with copper. So we're going to hit it again, and I don't know, maybe I did something wrong and the bore scope attached to my camera, the video saved someplace other than where I expect it. Maybe I'll find it. I think I just didn't do something right here with the camera. So we're going to give it another dose of copper cleaner and or copper solvent and see if we can make some more headway. Hard scrubbing, thorough scrubbing with CLR knocked out a lot of carbon, and then we went and hit it with copper solvent, and this is what we look like after the first application of copper solvent. And like I said, this bore was choked with copper from the breech to the muzzle. So we can tell that the copper solvent was starting to lift some of the copper. And it's not near as bad as it looked when we started. We got an awful lot of copper right there in the up on the lands, but I'm sure that'll clean out. I may not even have to go to JB bore paste. I don't know. We'll see, because this This was all coppery gold right out here at the muzzle a little while ago. So we're going to hit them once again with some copper cleaner, and we'll take another look. I did an application of copper solvent, another application of CLR, and this is the second application of copper solvent. Or is it the third? I don't remember now. I've been at this a while and disappointed that the early videos didn't save. But we are looking much, much better. We still have some copper there. We're going to go to town here with some JB boar paste in a minute, because we are looking so much better. Got a little bit right there. We should be just about to the muzzle. Okay, so that last batch of copper was about 6 inches in, I think. Yep, that's just about 6 inches. So really only a little bit of copper left there. Maybe 6 or 8 inches worth. And then we clean up nice until we get a little closer to the breech. Interesting, got a couple of pits there. As we move closer to the breech, we got a little more copper in the grooves. The lands look fairly well cleaned up. And we'll take another look at a little more carbon there. Probably need to hit it once more with some carbon. Well, we'll wait and see what it looks like after JB boar paste. Okay, so this is after an application of JB boar paste. We still have a little copper up there close to the breech, but it's definitely thinned out and getting thinner. Boar's getting shinier. Looking better. But now that we got all the carbon and most of that copper out, I'm starting to see pitting in the bore. Probably not enough to affect accuracy for hunting, but definitely don't want to be getting any long-range shooting matches with this. Ooh. I'm going to have to figure out just how far out that is. That was actually pretty close to the muzzle, so I'm going to say it's probably pitting from being out in the field, rain or snow, or maybe even some animal blood, because it was probably within 2 inches of the end of the bore. Okay, I think I'm going to hit it with a little more copper solvent, and then we'll get it oiled up, or get a look and then get it oiled up and call it good. Okay, so here we are. I went ahead and did another application of copper solvent, and then I came in behind with another application of JB boar paste. And I'm really upset that the very first initial look video did not save. Of course, you never know. I may get lucky and find it in my phone, but I can't find it right now. So I'm saying it's not there. But this bore is definitely looking better. Still a little bit of copper in there, but I am several hours into cleaning now and gone through a whole lot of patches. But I think this bore is salvageable for at least a few more hunting seasons. This cleaning job may just be Christmas gift to my son there. I'm going to say his cleaning regimen was a little bit lacking. A little bit. I mean, hell, my gun that I cleaned religiously looked almost that bad, but the bore does have some pitting, but I think we got most of the copper out. The crown doesn't look dinged. The rifling doesn't look cooked, considering it's a 7-rim mag. There is some, interesting pitting in a couple of spots that could be from weather, could be from game blood. I don't know. There's one spot. Just I'm sure this was all in the bore prior to my son getting it secondhand. Which, hey, if I ever go buy a secondhand gun, I think I'll be taking the bore scope with me to take a look and see how the condition of the bore looks up close and personal. And here we have a side-by-side, because I was lucky enough to find the first video of the bore. Side-by-side of the first look before any cleaning, and then that's on the left. On the right, we have how the bore looks after several hours of cleaning. We have a definite improvement. Yes, there's still a little ways to go. There's still a little carbon in there. There's still a little copper in there. But the bore definitely looks way, way better than it did at the beginning. And again, I hope y'all enjoy this. I hope y'all all have a very Merry Christmas and a safe and sane New Year. And we'll catch y'all in the next video. Halfmilesniper, checking out.
Send it. Hit.